What's up?
Hey guys, lots of beautiful faces tonight. Anna,
Your hair is dried.
I know it dried. It didn't dry perfect, but I'll take it. It's been raining all day today, so I've got the swamp hair.
I felt personally attacked, so I had to go wash my hair too this morning.
I'm exactly this. We do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just happens. I'm like, I'm just gonna show up on camera however it happens. So we're gonna have some fun tonight. I do have a hard stop in about an hour. So what I'm actually gonna do is I'm going to, if you have a question for me, pop it in the chat, and then I'm gonna go in the order of the questions that are asked in the chat. And I'm gonna try to get through as many as possible. So Kim, is that how you say your name?
It's Kim, yes.
Kim, okay, cool.
I'm
So
super excited to be here, and I try to stay awake. So grateful to meet you in person. And I'm new, and I don't have any questions about numbers. I just have to figure out the overall strategy, and I'm a bit confused. So basically, I'm a healer and a love coach, and
Okay.
and I send people to a quiz and a freebie basically.
Okay.
And I don't really understand how to start. Before I sent people to an article where they have information so they could read, and then they could opt in, which is basically also to find out who will opt in and not. So this is basically the strategy. But I also saw that you also say that I should send also video ads to cold traffic, and that's what I've been doing before. I sent people to this article, so I tried conversions, but I also, because you said conversions, but I also do traffic and then landing page views, and afterwards I retarget.
Okay, so I'll stop you right there. You got a lot going on, okay? Yeah. So what I'm actually going to do, let me mute everyone because a lot of people are coming in. And hi, Laurel. Hey, Angela. So tell me, so you say you have a quiz. Is that the main, and you can unmute yourself. I muted everyone right now just because a lot of people are coming in noisy. So tell me about, like, what is the main goal that you want to accomplish with ads right now?
Well, basically to get people on my list, and afterwards I do sell to them. It starts from a 27 euro product, and then
okay. So if you're trying to get people on your list, have you gone through my list building lead generation strategy?
Yes, and I was confused because I watched all videos several times, and I tried to get everything together, and this is why I sent you the message in last time with the questions, but I was not clear to me how to start, and also to retarget.
So after you watch the training, I'm going to test you guys, okay? Because and it's not because I'm being an asshole or anything. I just want to understand like what's not clear. So just so that if I need to make the training better, I can make it better, right? So you went through the training. Where did you get stuck? Because I have a walkthrough literally that walks you step by step over the shoulder as I'm placing a lead generation ad. So I want to understand where you got stuck.
So I have the interest-based thing. I also bought the product that you mentioned with the interest-based stuff, and I do that. Then I was not clear. Also, I did shoot the 3 videos. Even if then I was confused because I saw a new. In one video, I saw you send it to cold, and after I asked one time, you told me I should retarget those people to go through these 3 videos, and I was not sure if I should send them to cold or only to the people who did not register, or to the people
if you're following the lead generation strategy, you need to just stick to the lead generation strategy and nothing else right now.
Yes, but last time when I asked you what do I do with the people who did not opt in, and then you replied I should do the video
Absolutely.
power
So
content.
what's
I
the,
was
so what's the
confused.
one, so what's the one question that you have? So you're sending people to a lead magnet.
Yes.
The people who don't opt into that lead magnet, you need to send them to the power content.
Okay, so I don't send them the two things with the testimonials and stuff. I
No,
just-
because nope, the ATM strategy is for people who have visited your offer,
oh,
but
okay.
have not yet purchased your offer.
Okay, it's
Or
only
book the
offer,
call
okay.
if you're like, if your ultimate goal with your lead generation strategy is to, one, get people to buy something, or two, book a call. The hot 7, the ATM strategy that we do in this program,
Okay.
that's only built for people who visited your offer. So if you want to retarget people who are not opting in, you want to retarget them to your power content. So here's why, and this is good for everyone to know. So in my entire, I like to call it an ecosystem. I don't like to call it a funnel. I like to call it an ecosystem, right? There's several touch points that we could have with our ideal audience. The 2 top of funnel strategies, and I'm meaning like cold traffic strategies that I use. One is sending people to an offer. The other one is sending people to power content, right? Meaning that we're going to feed them content that they would have gotten if they would have opted into our lead magnet. So there's 2 top of funnel strategies. Now, here's the thing. If people are hitting our landing page for our quiz or whatever, that doesn't mean they're not interested, right? They clicked on it. Maybe the quiz just wasn't the thing that they wanted to do. So that's why I like to retarget those people to power content, because we're going to feed them that content one way or the other.
Okay, that I understand. But do I send it only to the people who did not opt in? Because at the same time would be also interesting for the people who opted in to get, so they don't only see it via email, because not everybody opens the email. Or do I only send it to the people who did not opt in?
So power content would be for only the people who didn't opt in. For people who did opt in, that's a different ad strategy.
And what do I do with the people who opted in?
So the people who opt in, you're going to send them something that I call the Fire 4 sequence. That's going to be a 4 video sequence that's going to, so basically I created the Fire 4 sequence because when people opt into a lead magnet, how many of us have opted into something and the lead magnet just sits in our inbox? We never look at it, right? Yep. I look at all those hands. Justin, Anna, I see your hands going up. So what we want to do is we want to create video content that is going to pull people through. So let's say they're opting into the webinar or quiz or whatever, right? We're going to feed them the content that was in that quiz or in that webinar through video ads so that we can pull them to the next step of opting into a phone call or selling them into a $27 product. The Fire 4 sequence is built so that we can fill that black hole that happens after they opt in.
Okay, so what I did not understand, thank you, with the power content. I don't have any call to actions, nothing. I just have one video and
the power content does not have any call to action.
Okay, and the Fire 4, does it have?
Yes, it does. The Fire 4 sequence is built to go to people who opted in, and it's built to take them to the next step in the funnel. So I'll give you an example. So let's say someone opts in for an ebook or a webinar, right? A lot of times that freebie sits in their inbox and they never ever look at it. So the Fire 4 video sequence is built to give them that content, like almost force feed it to them, right? In snack-sized versions of the videos to get them to that next step. So if they opted in for your quiz, but they didn't end up taking that next step, the Fire 4 sequence needs to focus on why did they not opt in? I mean, why did they not take that next step? And give them the pathway to take that next step.
Okay. Thank you very much. And 2 more questions. Do I only run this on Facebook or do I also run this on YouTube?
You could run it on YouTube if you have everything set up for YouTube.
So this means that the videos also have to be like visible for everyone. I just sent. Okay. And the other thing, what I did not understand with the Fire 4 or power content thing is, I mean, I do know with the 25%, but how often do the people see this, or can I set a frequency cap, because I already
You
have
can only set
1.5.
a frequency cap if you're using a reach campaign.
Okay.
So, but you can create an audience of people within who've seen the video within a certain amount of days, but I don't recommend that. Just go ahead and send it to everyone. That stuff doesn't matter. If they see your video over and over again, that's actually a good thing.
Okay, and would you just say I use the audience for 4 weeks, or but basically if I had an audience for 365 days, they will see it like for 1 year?
Yep, we want that. Yep, that's good. That's a good thing. I said, like, there are only 2 audiences that I retarget. You guys probably see my content over and over again. That's a good thing, right? You guys are all sitting here. You guys see my content. You're like, oh, there's Laurel again. Fuck her, right? She keeps retargeting me. But that's a good thing. It's like brand awareness. Like, you guys know that I practice what I preach. And so it's not a bad thing for our audience to see us over and over again.
Okay.
People, that's one way where people like overthink ads. Like, seriously, like people overthink, like, well, I don't want my audience to see like things over and over again, but it's actually good.
Oh, okay. So, but the reach thing, this is only for static pictures, not for videos, right?
No, reach can be anything.
So, and you tell me if I do video, I do it on reach?
Yep.
Oh, this I did not understand. I thought I could only send video. Okay.
Oh, you can do everything. So I'm going to have to go to the next person because we're
Okay.
like,
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, definitely. Very good questions. And so, like I said, guys, I'm going in the order. I have a hard stop at 1 hour. So I'm going to try to get through as many people as possible. So Mary Harmon, you're next.
Hello.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Okay, so this is my situation. I am a Shopify store owner.
Awesome.
I sell cat safe plants. So I know the plant business is booming, but a lot of plants are toxic to cats. So I only specialize in plants that are safe for cats. So I've been watching all your videos and learning. I have tried boosting Facebook posts, Instagram. I've done some ads, and I just started a month and a half ago your video view ad that I had learned about for the $1 a day. So I've had absolutely no conversions. I haven't spent much, but
Okay,
I've had
so what is your ultimate goal? To buy products, right?
Yes.
Okay, so have you gone through my e-com strategy yet in the program?
I've looked at so much because you have so much up there.
So, okay, yeah. So here's something good for everyone to know. Every strategy is not, and I say this in the onboarding video, every strategy is not a good fit for everyone. And so, like, what you need to do is you need to watch the strategy video where I'm like, if your goal is to do this, watch this video. If your goal is to do this, watch this video. And so it's all laid out. So if you have an e-com strategy, I would recommend that you start in the e-com ad strategy section.
Okay, so do you still believe that the video views was a good choice? I'm just thinking to get it out there to let people learn.
No, absolutely. Like whenever I launch e-com ads, I will always start with power content and then retarget those people to the sales page. Absolutely.
Okay, because it actually goes to a website.
Yep,
you know,
absolutely. You do video, video content straight to the website and then retarget those people who visited the website with retargeting ads.
That's where I'm lost though, because I'm not quite sure how to do a retargeting ad.
That's all laid out in the program, step by step.
Okay. So how much am I supposed to, because my average order value since they're plants, I mean, the plants start at $21.95 and then they'll go up into the 80s.
Yeah. So one of the things about that is if your average order value is not at least $70, you're not going to make money with Facebook ads.
Okay. So what do you suggest to do then?
Increase the average order value.
Well, how do you do that on a fern? You know, I mean, it's a fern, you know, I can put it in.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So you need to increase the amount of time that people stay, right?
Right.
I have a thing.
I mean, because I I have sold plants, but I was expecting more volume. I was expecting, instead of getting, a plant like every week or a couple plants every 2 weeks, I was thinking in the beginning, I'd love to get like maybe 10 plants sold a day. So what is the best strategy to do?
So
more
have you gone through the calculator exercise for a low ticket offer?
volume? Is it up there?
Yeah, so if you go through the low ticket ad strategy, there's a calculator exercise, and it'll help you figure out like, what is my cost per click? What does my average order value? It'll show you like the area of profitability, because a lot of times with low ticket offers, which is e-com, right? It doesn't matter whether you're running a digital product or a physical product. The strategy is the same. We have to hit a certain average order value in order to be profitable. And over the last several months, that has gone up tremendously. Like, we used to be able to be profitable selling a $37 product, where now it's up to $77 to be like profitable, like if you're going to use Facebook ads.
Okay, because I just saw someone chat in there about upselling in bundles, which I have done that, as well. So do you believe that Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, everything is not going to work if you have something under $70?
So it's not so Mary, it's not necessarily something under $70. It's what can you bundle up within, like, so a lot of like my ecom students, what we'll do is we'll, like, if they buy this thing, we'll upsell them into the next thing and then upsell them into something else, right? So we want that average order value or repeat customers. So you want to figure out, one, what is the value per customer? Do they come back and buy something else, right?
Yes, I do have repeat customers, and I did do the Zipify, the upsell app for a while. The only problem is I'm not getting enough people into the store to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, if I'm not doing any advertising, and right now I just have that dollar ad running, I'll get maybe
a dollar ad running.
Yeah, the dollar video that you suggested in your ad strategies.
But the dollar video ad, that's a video ad. That's not the same as a conversion ad. So no. I just want to like make sure that you understand the difference between the two.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Because the conversion ads are much more expensive.
Correct. But it's gonna optimize for conversions. So right. If you have an e-com product, you need to be following the conversion ad strategy.
Okay. And that's up there on your.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. So if you follow there's an e-com ad strategy, which is basically a carbon copy of the low ticket ad strategy. Because like I said, digital products, physical products, if they're low ticket, you basically do them the same way.
Right. Okay. And I thought I'd try the video just to get awareness.
Yeah. If you're looking for awareness. Now, if you're looking for awareness, don't expect sales, right?
Right. Right.
So there's two different things, right? Like, I will do awareness a lot. Like, I'll give you an example. So one of my e-com clients, whenever she first launched her scarf, it was like a Goodwill thing where they were like, we're going to use these scarves to help rescue women who were sexually captive, right, in all these other countries. We ran a big brand awareness campaign pre the conversion campaign because we wanted to get a huge audience of people who were interested in the cause. And then we retargeted them with conversion ads. That took a lot of budget though, right? So we have to understand, what is that first goal that we want to accomplish? Do we want to go for brand awareness, or do we want to go for sales?
Right, because the shop is about 7 months old right now. So now when you say big budget, when you're doing conversion ads, what should I expect to spend?
At least $10 a day per ad set. Okay. If you don't have at least $10 a day per ad set, don't run conversion ads.
Yeah, I did do one that was $50 a day, and I wasn't very happy. And I had it set up where it would say about add to cart, how you could track that. Mm-hmm. And I think they lied because they said that there were 10 products added to cart, and they never were. So they kept charging me for that add to cart, and it wasn't really there.
Well, they're not charging you for the add to cart. They're only, like, Facebook ads doesn't charge you for certain actions. They just charge you per impression. Now, Facebook advertising right now their tracking is a shit show. Like, I'll just be honest, like it's a shit show right now, but they're not charging you per add to cart. They're just charging you for impressions of how many people have seen that ad.
Yeah, but well, it had it broken down that I paid so much. If it was like $9 or $10, if somebody added to the cart, and then there was a different for.
Well, right. That it's only measuring the amount of people who clicked initiate checkout with your ad. Like, that's it. They're not charging you for add to cart. They're just telling you, out of all these people that saw the ad, this is how many people clicked to initiate checkout.
So when you do set the pixel for something, is it for actually purchase? Is it landing page? Is it?
It depends on the goal, right? Like, if we want someone to purchase something, I'm going to do purchase, like hands down. Like, I'm not going to do initiate checkout or anything. Like, if I want someone to buy my product, like when I was running ads for the $7 program, it was all like, I want purchases, nothing else.
Right. So then how long would you run these conversion ads at the $10 a day?
Yep. There's a troubleshooting guide video that's in the, have you gone through the troubleshooting video yet?
I don't think so.
Okay. I would highly recommend anyone who's having ad trouble to go through the troubleshooting training inside the program. I promise you, it's the most valuable video you'll ever watch.
Okay. So how long do you think though to do that? At $10 a day?
So it depends. Like, if you watch the troubleshooting video, I'll walk you through when to stop the ad, when to go forward with the ad, how to know what's wrong with the ad, and everything. Like, there's even a cheat sheet, guys. Like, I literally have put together a cheat sheet for you guys that goes along with that troubleshooting video.
Okay. Okay. I guess I just need to watch more of your videos.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right.
But
Well,
but no, that's good. Like, these calls, this is what these calls are here for, so that I can tell you guys what to go watch, because I know it can be overwhelming. But one of the things that I want you guys to learn in this whole process is that not every strategy I have in this program is for you. Like, what's good for Angela is not good for Anna. What's good for Lucas is not good for Natalie. And so that's why these calls are in place, so that you guys can come. So don't feel bad if I'm like, hey, go watch this, go watch this. That's what these calls are built for. Okay.
Right. Right.
So yeah, no, definitely go watch that. And then I promise you, you're going to get so much clarity on like how to change your ads that aren't working.
Okay. All righty. Thank you very much.
You are very welcome, Mary. Nice to see you.
You too. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Ebony.
Hey, Laurel, how are you?
I am doing good. So you have a good question. Is it possible to get discovery calls directly with less than $250 budget? Do you recommend trying the webinar quiz funnel instead? So have you gone through one? I'm going to ask you, and I'm going to ask all of this.
You can ask.
Everyone.
I've been binging.
Like, have you gone through the discovery call accelerator strategy?
Yes. So
Okay.
that's kind of why I asked, because I had a client who she wanted to just run straight, and I said, I think, because she's a lawyer on top of that, and because I do ads, and I'm like, I know this is going to be expensive outright. And I think I heard you say that to expect $150 for a call.
Yeah.
And so I'm like,
$150. Like, it could be more depending on the industry.
More.
Yeah. And Angela could probably answer this too, because Angela is a lawyer too. Like, it is pretty expensive to get a price per call, but if you have the right funnel in place, you can get those down. You can optimize those down. So tell me about, like, what type of funnel does your lawyer client have in place right now?
So she doesn't right now, but she's really good at webinars. And like, I ran a video ad for her lead magnet, that had a video, and it's performing really well. So, and then
Awesome.
I happened to run some Google ads, and they performed well on YouTube randomly. So I said, I think you may need to consider a webinar funnel to get the cost down, because your budget is just, I mean, I think it's a good funnel anyway, even if you have a larger budget, but with only.
What are you paying per lead for her right now?
We haven't even because I've been doing it maybe 2 months now, and I've had more success with her lead magnet. I haven't really had anything that's like a hard website conversion that is a actual like a lead. I haven't even had one yet, and I didn't want her to feel discouraged. And I wanted to make sure I wasn't, doing anything wrong, which I don't think I am, because her lead magnet gets, right now I'm paying, $2 to $3 for every email, and she's up to 100 people on her list.
How many calls is she booking on that?
So from the email itself?
Well, from her coming into the webinar or whatever, how many calls are you booking from that webinar?
She got a couple calls from the webinar. Like she
That's
did.
perfect.
So that was
that's good.
Yeah, because that was her thing. I didn't do that with her, but she did a webinar and she got a lot of people calling and kind of being interested. And so with the lead magnet, you know, that involves like email marketing, which she doesn't have any of that set up. So I'm setting it up for her. But I'm
that's
like,
perfect.
because I told her 10 initially before I met you and before I kind of had better benchmarks. She was like, I would love if I can get 10 additional calls a month. And in the moment, I was like, oh, that sounds, it's 10 calls. But then it's like, wait, you have a $250 budget.
Yeah, that's very low. That's very low. I would not recommend running a discovery call strategy with a $250 budget. But what is your cost per lead right now? And two, what percentage of those leads are actually booking calls? Because there are always unicorn offers that, that defy the odds of this. So tell me about those numbers.
So like I said, cost per lead right now, we don't really have because some of them are just coming in organically. So so per link, like per click, it's somewhere around, like I've gotten it down to like $1 before. Like I've gotten it down to.
But not cost per click, cost per lead that comes into the webinar. And then what's our conversion for webinar?
So like
watching the webinar calls.
So it's not the automated kind. She literally just went live on Facebook and had a couple calls come through. So it's not a system yet. I'm going to set it up for her, but I wanted to confirm with you first if that was like the best next step to get her these calls, which I think it is.
Yep, absolutely. Like I would say give them something of value, but here's the thing. We want to make sure that we're capturing the lead before we're booking the call, right? Because that way we can market to them, like what you said, like through an email sequence. And so what I would do is run ads to some type of opt-in. What type of lawyer is she?
She does personal injury, but I told her personal injury gets really expensive. So she also does business law. So she's been having more success on the business law, like versus personal injury, because they spend a crap ton.
Yep. So I would do something really fun, like for the opt-in. Like, what is the number one problem that business owners come to her with? Do a VSL type of like opt-in, like, hey, this free video will show you how to do X, Y, and Z. Like if they get into like whatever that main business legal issue is, get them to opt into that, get them to watch the video, and then have them have a button at the bottom where they click to schedule an appointment with her.
Gotcha. I think that's a good funnel. I'm going to try that. Because like I said, I went through it and I saw you break it down and I was like, that's a really good idea to lower the cost per call and make sure that people are even more qualified. So I think that it was either going to be that or a quiz, but I think she's really good at webinars. So I'm going to try that.
If she's really good at webinars, do that. But a quiz wouldn't be a bad idea to pre-qualify them before getting on the phone with her.
Okay. I like that too. Thank you. Also, a fellow Louisiana person here.
Hell yeah. Where are you from in Louisiana?
I'm in Denham.
Denham Springs?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I go through that every 2 weeks. I go to my beach house in Biloxi. So I always travel through Denham Springs. Denham Springs is actually the halfway point between where I am in South Louisiana and Biloxi.
Wow. I have to like invite you over for some coffee or something one day.
Hell yeah, girl.
I love it.
More like wine, but yeah.
Well, not the sparkling kind. It'll work.
Oh, good to know, fellow Louisiana. Good. Thank you for telling me that. Anna, you got to go to a call?
But I have like a few minutes before I jump in. So I had to rephrase the question. So I watched the training you sent on Telegram.
The secret stuff?
Yes, the secret.
Good. I like
and
that.
I recently watched Dan Henry, so I understand everything now as well. So, but I was thinking, I've been working with Jake and Ashley.
Yep.
They created the offers for me, and the acquisition offer, we decided it was going to be the one-day event, live, the virtual event, to help coaches and speakers create their event. So plan it the whole day, like a VIP day, but in a virtual event format. And I was thinking, can I switch that instead of the masterclass, or should I do the masterclass and instead of the call?
So whatever that first step, that acquisition offer is, that's what you're going to want to start with.
Okay. And then, okay.
So if that's what your acquisition offer is, let's figure out a strategy to get people into that.
Mm-hmm. So I should just follow the event strategy instead.
Yep. You're charging what, $97 for the event?
$47 and $97.
Oh, $47. I like that even better. Yeah. The event strategy.
Okay.
Yep.
I gotta go.
And by the way, like I saw your funnel, it looks really freaking good.
Yay! I was gonna ask you because we changed the messaging, but I'll message you later about it because we wanted your opinion about it, Jake and Ashley. We were like, hey, we should ask Laurel.
Of course, anytime.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
Yep, absolutely. Guys, remember, if you want to turn on this, you need to ask her a question in the chat. Let's see, Camille. Ooh, TV show strategy. My
Hey,
wheelhouse.
Yeah, so it's been a while since I've been on any calls or anything, but I launched a show in August.
Ooh.
And I'm just trying to figure out what type of ad strategy makes sense. Like, is it a list building strategy? Do I need to create some sort of a lead magnet that aligns with the show? Like,
Nope, absolutely. So I actually just did this like for one of my premium clients who she just launched a TV show and a channel on Roku. And we literally just did that. Like we did power content, like balls to the wall.
Okay, power content. That's what I wrote down was power content.
Yep. And how are you, like, what type of TV show is it? Like, do people need to subscribe to it, or like what is like the strong call to action that you want on it?
No, they don't have to subscribe. They can just, add.
Oh no, I think you're breaking up really bad.
And then watch the show. It's not like a channel that requires subscription. So that's why oh shoot. Okay. Can you hear me now? How about now?
Can you say that really quick one more time, because you broke up really badly? Like your
Can you hear me
internet
now?
I think your internet's breaking up.
Okay, let me go to my cellular data. Well, my Wi-Fi is not even on. How about now?
Okay, cool. I can hear you now. Can you just say that fast one more time?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you say that ask one more time really fast?
Oh, the ask. So I'm trying to figure out if I need to create a lead magnet. I'm not sure what my call to action is, I guess. What's the call to action? Like, what do you want people to do? Watch, right? I do want them to watch, but I'm just wondering, because if it's a Facebook ad and I'm asking them to watch something on Roku, if they don't do that, obviously, right, the first time I ask, am I trying to get them onto my email list so I can keep, like, or am I just retargeting?
I would literally run power content with the call to action, like watch us on the Roku app.
Okay, that's it. So just all power content.
I would do all power content with a soft call to action to watch us on the Roku app.
Okay, well, that's simple.
It's very simple. Like I just literally got finished helping someone else like run this same type of strategy. And that's all we did, power content. And that's what I used to do when I worked in television, when we launched new shows, power content with a call to action to watch.
Okay. Well, thank you.
The video has to be like, give people an incentive to watch. So promise a value, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I need to be lucky. Yours is the simplest type of strategy to run and cheapest.
So I need to have a promise of value for them to watch that power content, but then you're saying another promise of value to actually get them to watch the show.
Yep, absolutely. Just like think about it. Like how do movie trailers work? How do TV trailers work? Like how do we get people to the next episode? That's my forte, and that was all about like power. Like what was that promise of value? Why should people watch?
Okay, so should I then create power content that aligns with whatever the episode that's releasing that week, and then
so you're gonna use clips from the show. So you're gonna have to create episodics from the show to get people to watch. So you're not doing power content. Like basically, it's a power content strategy, but it's built around the show previews, right? Like the show promos.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Well, that's my question. I need to think about that then.
Just like if you just like think about this, like you're doing it just as a way, like you're running commercials basically on Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Nice to see you. It's been a while. Well, not seeing you, but hearing you and seeing your beautiful.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. Mr. Gio.
Hey, Laurel, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you? Long time no see.
Yeah, long time no see you. Okay, my question. I have an agency that generate leads for dentists, and I want to know if the discovery call is the best strategy for this niche.
So it depends. What type of funnel are you using to get people into booked appointments?
Yeah, well, right now I have the direct offer. They click the ad, they go to the landing page, fill a form, and then we call them. Or in the thank you page, I can put the calendar schedule. That's what I have right now.
Okay, so easy peasy. I'll tell you exactly what to do. Okay. So basically run the lead generator strategy, right? And you can run this open because everyone needs a freaking dentist, right? But why should they pick your dentist to go to, right? So don't worry too much. Or is it for dentists?
Yeah, I need to find the clinics, not the people. Yeah.
Okay, so what's your offer?
Is like learn how to schedule 50 new patients on every month.
Okay, cool. And I just did targeting for dentists. I really did very broad. Like I wasn't really, because a lot of people, what they try to do with Facebook targeting is they try to go and like employer dentist or, you know, like occupation dentist. I don't even do that. Like here's what I do. Okay, so I use the layering effect. So, and I just did this because one of my agency clients is actually a CPA that targets dentists. He does like accounting for dentists. And so what we did to target dentists was I would use the interest-based targeting like teeth whitening and all of these different procedures. Then the second was different schools that dentists would actually go to. And then the third one was small business owners, and that's it. And then what we did, so we went broader, right? Because once you start putting dentists as occupation, your ads costs are going to go up, your lead costs are going to go up. But if we go a little bit more broad in our targeting, yes, we're going to get some people who aren't dentists, but people who aren't dentists aren't going to engage with our offer. So this method is going to lower your ad costs. And so what we're going to do is lead generation strategy. And then every single thing that you're posting on your business page, you're going to boost it to the people who not only opted into your offer, but also engaged with your ad in the last 365 days and use that as a retargeting strategy.
Okay. So no discovery call because I want to, well,
no, you can do a discovery call, right? Because you said you're opt-in and then you guys are going to follow up, but there's going to be some people who aren't going to call. So you're going to want that retargeting strategy to push them to booking a call. Okay.
All right. One more question.
Yep.
I'm here in Colombia, in South America, and I think I have a problem because there's like, I don't know, like between 2,000 and 3,000 clinics. So it's small. It's a small target.
Are you only targeting dentists in your area?
No, in all Colombia, the whole country.
Okay. But there's 2,300.
No, like 2,000, 3,000, between 2,000 and 3,000 clinics. So that's why I choose job titles.
How many clients do you need?
Well, right now we have like 20 clients. But
how many clients do you need?
I want like 20 more, 20 or 30 more.
So why don't you do direct outreach versus Facebook ads?
Okay, that's another option. Yes.
So whenever my wife and I started my agency, the first thing that we did was we literally, like with the help of my mentor, was like, okay, if I'm going to target 100 business owners in the Phoenix area, I'm going to track down 100 email addresses and I'm just going to go balls to the wall with that. When I booked out my agency, I've never once had to run ads to book out my agency because I've done all direct outreach. Now, here's the thing with that though. Okay. This is important for anyone who's running an agency. I did direct outreach, but what is the very first thing that people do whenever, like anyone, like if you randomly get an email from someone and say, hey, I could do all this stuff for you. What's the first thing you do? You go and Google them or you go and look them up on Facebook, right? I made sure that my Facebook profile was optimized so that when these people went and looked me up, and every single person that I booked said I got the gig because they went to my profile and they saw all of the videos on my profile and they were like sold because I was showing that I knew what I was talking about. So that's where we look at like the overall, like, and this is cool because today on one of our premium calls, I talked about this with one of my premium students. Sometimes Facebook advertising is not the best way to get clients. And so if I were you and I knew dental clients, I would, one, do direct outreach, or two, I would do mailing.
Yeah, I used to do a cold email. Yep. It works. Okay, last question. What kind of content can I put in my page for them? What is the
value that you're bringing, right?
Okay, because I did like a power content. I was teaching them how to do like a perfect ad.
So here's the secret, right? Like, that's perfect because, like, here's the thing. A lot of my ideal clients, and I knew this, they didn't want to do it themselves. They just needed the confirmation that I knew how to do what they needed to do, right? And so I think you're doing everything right. I just think that, one, I think probably using LinkedIn direct outreach is probably a better fit for what you're doing versus going, but here's the thing, I still think you need your lead magnet. And so whenever I first, and I'll be happy to send it to you, I have, like, whenever I first did, my first target was pizza parlor owners. I actually did a video and I put it on YouTube, and this is what I would email to people is, hey, do you want more leads for your pizza parlor? Here's how I would do this. And I would send this video to them. And it was just like, it was a PowerPoint, but I was on the screen too. And I just, like, literally walked people through. And so if you're trying to target dentists, what are you helping them do? Say, hey, blah, blah, are you trying to get more patients, without having to offer anything for free? My agency specifically works with dentists, and we do this on a daily basis. And I just want to show you a case study of what we've been doing with other dentists. Here's the link. I'm not asking you for any name or email. Just watch the video and let me know what you think. And if you want to book a call, here's the link.
Okay, and you send them by email?
Yep.
Okay, I appreciate it if you can send me.
Just lead with value, because there's a strong possibility you won't even need Facebook ads for this.
Okay, all right.
But make sure that your profile is ready to go.
Okay, I will. Thank you, Laurel.
You're very welcome.
Bye-bye.
Yep. Let's see, who is next on my chat? Philip.
Nice to meet you, Laurel.
Nice to meet you. How are you?
I'm excellent. How are you?
I am doing good.
Awesome.
How can I help you?
Oh yeah, so I typed the question. So basically, I did follow, or I did watch the ecom training, and I'm sort of discerning the route that I want to take. I got a lot of value of your example with the, like, planner that you talked about, and then, like, the value that's, like, non-material value that's added on top of the material product. I've been getting quite a few subscribers. I want to work on getting my lead costs lower. They're about $3 a lead now. Similar to, like, one of the other ecom people that was talking here today. A relatively low ticket product. It's about, $25 t-shirt up.
So when you say your lead costs are $3, do you have an opt-in at the beginning of it?
Yeah, so I've been running a subscription ad. And I haven't yet. I mean, I'm literally just transitioning into kind of like integrating what you've been teaching. So I haven't yet done the video ads, but I've been getting, I've been running a subscription ad because my whole thing was, like, because I have relatively low ticket items, I was like, well, email is basically free retargeting. That's kind of the way I saw it. So I was like, if I get a $3 lead, I hope that at least these follow-up emails, which are relatively free, right? Like $12 a month for an email, mass email subscription thing, is gonna, like, give me free advertising as long as I have the life of the lead. So I've been getting a bunch of subscriptions, and they see the product in the ad, so that tells me at least that they find it intriguing enough to subscribe. But I just have not been, like, I've literally gotten, like, 0 sales in my follow-up email.
How many leads have you gotten so far?
I mean, I've only been doing it for like a week and a half, so I've got about 20, and then I put a pause.
That's not nearly enough.
Okay.
Like my students will tell you, I'm looking for 500 leads before I'm making any decisions over how something performs.
500 leads before you make any.
Yeah, because you have to take into account, like, if you only have 20 leads, not everyone's even going to make it to probably the second email.
Gotcha.
Right? Like, so it's way too soon to even test that, for me to even comment on that strategy right now.
Yeah, I gotcha. All right. All right, cool.
Yep.
Any advice on like getting lead costs lower? I mean, it's just, that's
just the cost of leads right now. Like, you're lucky that you're getting them that low, honestly.
Yeah. All right. So wait till I got a 500 before I can even start to evaluate. All right, no problem.
Yeah. I always say 500 leads so that we can test, because what we want to happen is we want at least a high percentage of people to finish the funnel.
Yeah.
And 20 people is just not enough for them to go through the entire funnel.
Yeah.
Let's see, Joey. Is Joey still on? Okay. I'm gonna fuck this name up. Bookjay? Is that how you say that?
Hi. Good evening. Everybody calls me B, so just B.
Okay, that's okay. Sold. B.
I let go a long time ago in this country. So, well, thank you very much. I have a few questions, and some of them have been answered by the previous people asking questions. But I'm selling jewelry, not drop shipping, but actually our own creation. And
nice.
Thank you very much for all the videos. I've gone through, I think, most of them. So a couple of questions is, of course, I looked at the e-com strategy, like your stupid.
I like that. You're speaking, it's music to my ears that you went through this.
And, so I've gone all through that. And, but I was wondering, you also have the list building strategy and Instagram ads for $5 and the 7-day organic one. How applicable is that for somebody selling a product? And our average order value is about $90, and we have quite a lot of repeats. But it's more local. We haven't sold that much online yet. But,
I love that. So here's what I would do if I were you. One, follow the e-com strategy, right? Cold to product, right? Here's what I would do. Do you guys do a lot of lives or just any content like from your store, like when people are coming in, or when you have a new product or anything like that?
We don't have a physical store.
That's
We're online, and we go actually in our town. We go to people with our boxes for now, also to get customer feedback and get a bit of a feel.
Cool. Do you ever like create content from that?
We haven't yet. No, we haven't.
I would absolutely
sending us pictures with their stuff. So
I would absolutely anything that you post. So here's what I do. Stupid, simple e-com strategy, right? You send cold traffic to your product. And then you just literally, every time that you're posting something on your business page, you're pressing the boost button and retargeting everyone who's visited your product page.
So, because in your e-commerce strategy in your video, you said you can either pick conversion or video view, but just as a previous person, you said if you do e-com, I would just do conversion, but that's very expensive and people need to start trusting our brand, right?
Yep, it depends. So remember, brand awareness and conversions, two totally different things. If you are just trying to get the name of your product out there, I would use video views. If you're trying to sell, I would use a conversion campaign.
But do you agree that for jewelry, it's important to do brand awareness first because people are not likely to buy jewelry that quickly online if they don't know you?
It depends. Like, it just depends on what your overall goal is. Like, if your overall goal is, you know what, I'm going to run video view campaigns and my goal is to get like 1 million people to watch or get their eyes on my product, right?
Yeah.
But if it's like, if your ultimate goal is to sell, I would do a conversion campaign. But if it's just about like, hey, getting our name out for jewelry and we're going to do this big pre-sale, I would probably head it with a video campaign explaining why people should buy from you. Like I said, like the scarf company, right? Like, we went 3 months before they launched because they wanted to get their name out about how they were helping all of these women escape all of these like slavery things in all these other countries. So they had a cause, right? And so we wanted to get the name out. And so that by the time we actually launched the product, we had a whole bunch of people, like millions of people who had watched this video. We had millions of people who had already watched like the whole video, to where we were able to be like, okay, here's the 2-for-1, the BOGO deal. So it just all depends on what is the ultimate goal that you're trying to do? Like if right now you need sales, go conversion.
Okay. So if I do video views only, how much would you, in your experience, is the cost per view?
So
conversions
KPI
are very expensive at the moment.
So KPIs that I have in the program, 15 cents per 15 for through play, or $1 per 100% video view.
Okay. And then one more question, because you have the really lovely spreadsheet for the cost overview. You know, do that before you do anything.
Absolutely.
Love that too. But so the cost per lead, how do you figure that out if you don't have that much data?
You're not doing lead generation. You're just doing sales.
So what do you define by lead? Just anything? And
you don't, like in your strategy, there is no lead. The calculator for a for a low ticket product is just a sale. There is no lead in that.
And would you advise then to also run a list building strategy next to the e-com just to get emails? So
I wouldn't, honestly. I wouldn't. I don't like any of my e-com clients. None of us run lead gen campaigns. Like we run straight to product sales.
And how much do you have any jewelry clients?
I don't have any jewelry clients, but I've got plenty of jewelry like students who are like in my programs, and we run straight to sales. We don't run lead generation, like unless there's a reason. Like the one before us, like he had a specific strategy for lead gen.
Okay.
He didn't say what it was, but he was saying like he wants to get like the leads for $2 or $3. I would not run a lead gen campaign for a jewelry store, honestly.
Okay. So what is the what should I expect for the what do you call it, the acquisition cost per client typically?
Yep. So I would say to make Facebook ads worth it, to have at least an average order value of about $70 to $77.
Yeah, which we have, but do I need to expect that the cost to get that, to acquire that customer is $70?
Yeah,
and then
absolutely.
Okay, so in the beginning it's just breaking even, as you said.
Exactly, because what we're going for is to get repeat customers.
Yeah, which is the case for us.
Yeah.
All right, that was very helpful.
Which by the way, congratulations, because $90 per average order value is really, really good.
Okay, well, that's good to hear. Well, on average, you know, some people, well, anyway, it's a tough business, but we're really trying to make it. It's just scary sometimes to actually spend the money.
Absolutely, and I would love to see your jewelry. If you go in, can you post it under the Ask Laurel? I know you won't have a question or anything, but I would love to take a look at your store.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I will.
Absolutely. Let's see. I have a hard stop like in the next couple of minutes, but I just want to make sure I get everyone in order. Let's see, who is next? Is it Ali or Ale?
Yeah, Ali. Ali is fine.
Ali, okay. That's what I thought. I was like, but Ale, you know, could be perfect for this cocktails.
I like the beer, so that's fine. So it was a follow-up question because you were explaining about the Fire 4. So after watching all these snacks, which I suppose they're going to be video views like campaigns, are we sending them somewhere after? Because if they don't watch the webinar, how are they going to find out about the offer, right?
Yep.
So I just want them to go to their email and open up that webinar again.
So it depends. So I typically don't talk about the Fire 4. Like it's kind of advanced. I do with my premium students, but I'll explain it here. So whenever people opt into your webinar, right, there's always like that big black hole that we never like watch the webinar or anything like that. So the Fire 4 sequence is an ad sequence. So in addition to getting your emails, they're going to get force-fed snack-sized versions of your webinar. So the Fire 4 is going to go to people who opted into your webinar, but didn't make it to the offer of the webinar. So the Fire 4 is built to get them to that next step of the funnel so that the ATM strategy can fire. Does that make sense?
Yes. And one last question for the ping pong strategy. It has to be 3 videos. Can I be a rebel and have 2? And 1 longer first video?
It could be 2. I wouldn't hate you if you had 2 videos.
Okay. All right. I'll try that and come back. Thank you.
Oh my God, of course. Let's see. Elias. Is that how you say your name?
Yes.
Okay,
well,
cool.
Thank you. I just have a question on refreshing ad creative. assuming that the ad cost is starting to rise per lead, how does one refresh the ad creative? Do I need to duplicate, or do I need to create a brand new ad in that ad set?
This is an amazing question. Always duplicate, never replace any ads.
So
because we want to test, because think about this, like, let's say you replaced the ad before and it was doing better than the new ad. We always want to be able to go back to the original. So always duplicate and replace the ad at that level.
Okay, duplicate and replace the image usually is the
Yep. Never replace an existing ad. Always duplicate.
And so assuming there's 3 ad sets, cold, warm, and lookalike, let's assume that the ad that's being refreshed is in one of them. Once it's approved, I'm having trouble right now copying and pasting that ad ID into the next ad sets.
It's probably because you originally made it dynamic. Like if Facebook asked you, do you want us to enhance this for the different placements? Once you do that, it creates a dynamic ad that you cannot use the ad ID for multiple ads.
I see. So avoid the dynamic setting. Does that mean, dynamic, is that the switch that there's usually a blue, it's like it's a button switch.
So it usually is a switch, but Facebook just added this. It'll ask you if you upload an image, do you want us to create the different sizes for all of these different things? Or do you want me to enhance the color? Or you want to do this? So anytime that pops up, I always hit cancel.
I see.
Because otherwise, if you say yes, like if you start going through the motions, it creates a dynamic ad that you cannot copy the ad idea across different ad sets.
I see. That makes sense because it's not allowing me. So because what I've been doing right now is I've been actually uploading the different sizes, as in the 16:9 and the 9:16.
Yep, that'll create a dynamic ad that you can't copy the post ID on.
I see. So what dimension is best to create as the stock dimension? Is it a square? Is it a rectangle?
I do square.
Okay, square every time.
Yep.
Okay, just one square.
That's my go-to is the square.
And then ignore all the other vertical.
Because it'll automatically like blur out the background and stuff like that. Unless I'm doing specifically a story ad, I'll create a story ad itself. Like if I'm looking for like a story ad, I'm not going to create a regular ad and make it a story ad. I'm going to create an actual story ad.
I see. And what situations would you create the story ad in?
If you want to create a story ad, right? It's just a different kind of placement.
As in testing, I see. Well, I suppose I got 2 minutes. Are there any more questions, or can I ask a follow-up question?
Yep. Let's get one more, and then I'm going to go to the next person. Like I said, I'm really tight for time tonight.
Sure. What is the go-to? What is maybe let's go low ticket offer. The funnel is opt-in to low ticket offer, $27 membership. How do you get that $5? Because I know you have a $5 almost consistently for.
So if you're doing a low ticket offer, I would not recommend a $5 ad strategy. I would go with the low ticket ad strategy that I have.
Which I understand. The question is, how do you personally in your coaching program, you seem to hit that CPA of buyers of $5.50 pretty consistently. What is it that's doing that for you? Because I'm trying to grow a membership of $27 per month, and my CPA is always increasing over time.
Yep, it's because I've laid down the foundations of building a huge warm audience, and not. So whenever I first started, and I'm looking at Erica could tell you the story probably by heart, but like I laid down the foundations, those $5 ad strategies that I used, I literally didn't care about the money that I was getting back when I started running my video ads. It was all about, I'm going to give value. I'm going to build my audience. I'm going to build my audience. Yeah. So now I've created an audience about 20, 30,000 people now. So anytime that I'm putting out an offer, especially for my $7 offer, I get sales at $2 or $3 a pop because, and also before I even ran ads to the $7 program, I had 400 buyers already organically. So that helped the pixel data.
I see. So run video views to lay the foundation, run organic, and then conversions.
Organic is going to be your best friend.
Okay. Understood. I'm running power content as we speak. So I'm trying to go live once a day, 5 minutes. And so that's going to help.
Yep, absolutely. Like those three $5 ad strategies that I show you guys in the program, like that was literally what added fuel to my fire. Like I went live every single day, like, oh my gosh, probably like over 100 something days. And then by the time I had an offer, because you have to remember, right? When I started going live, I didn't have any offers. I was just going live and giving value. And then people were like, well, can you do my ads? And so I was like, okay, cool. Then I started my agency, right? Then people were like, well, your agency's full. What now? And I was like, well, I can teach you guys how to do stuff, right? So I had a higher ticket. It was a 45-day ads accelerator program. So by the time I released this program, I already had 2 higher ticket offers. And so people were like, I want to work with you, right? And so whenever I went live, like I sold 200 spots to this $7 offer within 2 or 3 days. It was a Black Friday offer. But you have to understand, for like 7 or 8 months, I was going live very, very consistently and helping people with their problems and all of this fun stuff. And so I always tell people, like, I am like kind of like that unicorn offer, but I did a lot of pre-work before getting people to buy this. So that was a huge contributor to the success of what I've done here.
I see. Understood. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're very welcome. That was a really good question. Justin.
Hey, I know it's 7 o'clock. Thanks for going a couple minutes over.
You've been nodding and acting very interested, so I figured I would get to you.
Thank you. So I have a hypnosis office. I also like see clients online. Over like with quarantine and everything, I built out a quit smoking program. So it's kind of hybrid. A lot of it they can do on their own. But I was wondering, like, can I use Facebook to target smokers? Like, is there even a way to sort out them, or do I don't know what I need for that.
I would probably, like, if I was doing a smoke, like if I was doing an offer for smokeless, I would probably do it open targeting, but I would use the messaging to lure them in. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Is that something like, can I even like talk about smoking or quitting smoking?
In third person or first person only.
Okay.
So like, so what is your offer? I'll give you an example. And then I'm going to end with this because Justin asked this question at 5:16. And when we first got on, I was like, hey, who has a question to ask? So tell me a little bit about the offer and then we'll talk through it.
So right now it's $697 because that's what I'm doing here, and I'll bump that up as like I get validation on it. It's a hybrid course, so they do most of the content on their own, and then I'll do live sessions with them to kind of fill in the gaps, personalize it, because 80% of what works for everybody, but 20% is like unique to them.
I like this. So tell me do you have a personal story behind this, like this offer? Like, is there a reason that you started this?
I did a lot of work with entrepreneurs. No, I'll just say no, that there's not
okay.
It was
okay,
just
but what was the reason behind you starting this program?
Because I want to separate my time from like what I'm like earning, and smoking is kind of like a no-brainer. It's easy. I can do that with my eyes closed.
But what led to that? Like, what led it to be like, I'm going to help these people stop smoking?
So if I tell you, like, this wasn't my real thing, but if I was going to go with a personal story, my grandma passed away because she had got like tongue cancer when I was a kid. That was from smoking. She lost her tongue. Seeing her like that was awful. And so like, if I'm going to use that, like, that's what's motivated me to drive people to quit smoking.
So like, out of all the people that you've worked with so far, what was your most memorable client?
My smoking clients. I had a guy who was a truck driver, smoked 2 packs a day, like, cause that was his trigger space, was in a truck. So he used to, in order to not smoke, throw his cigarettes in the back with all the gear. He went from 2 packs a day down to nothing, just like that. And like, not everybody quits that easily and from that drastically. But that's the one that sticks out to me as like, I'll never forget that guy. So
like, let's say I was writing copy for your offer, right? I would probably use that story. Like, my most memorable client that I helped stop smoking was a truck driver who smoked 2 packs a day. You know, so many of my clients, or not truck drivers, but they can relate to this person because most of them have a 2-pack habit. But, but you see what I'm doing here is I'm talking in third person.
Yeah.
And so people who are reading it are like, holy shit, I smoke 2 packs a day. So they can instantly relate to that.
Yeah, it's crazy. The 2-pack a day are easier to quit than somebody who's smoking like 3 cigarettes a day. Right. So talk in third person. So maybe make it a text rather than like a video, or doesn't really.
You could do a video. Like you could say something like, the same thing, and just talk like, hey, look, I understand. I know where you're coming from. I know how hard it is. Like, and I like the angle that you actually just said. It's harder for someone who smokes 3 cigarettes a day than 2-pack a day. Like, you could say like fact, true or false. It's harder for someone who smokes 3 cigarettes a day to quit than someone who smokes 2 packs a day, right? You lure them in with that text. But remember, we're not even talking second person, right? Which is what most people, their first instinct is to talk in second person. Like, do you want to quit smoking, right? But if we could use facts and things that make people go, huh, I didn't realize that. Because one of my premium clients, he actually helps people not to quit drinking, but to eliminate their drinking habits to where like after 2 drinks, they're done. And that's one of the things that I've been working with him on, is like not talking in second person, but talking more in the storyline to where it's like, oh shit, this is me, right? And you using third and first person in order to lure those people in. So it's more like a self-identifying offer, right? Like, oh, this is me, right? Like I smoke, like I am just like this person that Justin is talking about. I smoke 2 packs a day. Or you know what? Oh, I'm this person that only smokes 3 a day. Why is it so hard? Oh, let me keep reading this because I want to find out why.
Okay.
Like
cool.
That would be pretty powerful ad copy. It's like, true or false. If the people who smoke 3 cigarettes a day, it's harder for them to quit. And then you could put ... True. Here's why. And then like some value, right? And then boom, have them, hey, if you want to learn more information, click the link below.
Beautiful. Thank you very much.
Yep, absolutely. Because like on offers like that, and it doesn't matter whether you're talking like depression or drug habit or drinking, like anytime, we always want to avoid the second person. Those are the ones, because Facebook doesn't want us to assume that the person reading it is a drug addict or a smoke addict or whatever. So if you want to stay clear of like those types of offers, just always talk in first or third person, never second person.
Okay, I can do that. Thank you again.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Really good call to get today, guys. If you want to have a chance on these calls, make sure you show up early. Cause like I said, like I always do, like, hey, whoever has a question, let's put them in, like, let's go in the comments. And I always go in the row of the comments. And so I have a hard stop today. I'm actually 8 minutes, 8 minutes over late for something, but just so you know, like, just show up to these calls. Don't be shy. I'm always willing to help. I'll always steer you in the right direction, whether you are, not knowing where you should be in the program. But one of the things I want you guys to take away from this is just know that every single strategy in this program is not for everyone. Okay. So what I want you guys to do is make sure there's a video that's specifically I recorded on, do you know which strategy that you need to follow? It's always going to be in the Ask Laurel post. I'm always going to link you guys to 2 things in the Ask Laurel post. The first one is which strategy should I follow? And the second one is how to troubleshoot your ads. I guarantee that 80% of the questions that you guys ask on these are found in there. And so whenever we show up on these calls, if you guys have watched the videos, you can say, hey, Laurel, I watched this. I know that, ad copy is my issue. Here's my ad copy. Can you help me fix it? That way I can help you guys be a little bit more proactive. But tomorrow we do have the Ask Laurel call. So if you didn't get your question answered today, just make sure you follow it on the Ask Laurel post and I'll answer it tomorrow. So hopefully you guys had a little fun tonight. I'm sorry I had to cut this short tonight. I don't normally cut it this short, but I just have an appointment that I need to get to tonight. So hope you guys got a lot of value. It's always great seeing you. Alexa, super, super nice seeing you tonight. Erica, always a pleasure. And Justin, it was nice to talk to you for the first time. I'll see you guys in the Facebook group.